Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky is imploring world leaders to provide more support to Ukraine as they launch a counteroffensive attack. Between 7,000 and 15,000 Russian troops are believed to have died in the conflict so far. Sky News' Sally Lockwood has the details.
Ukraine is desperate for more Western support. They're fast running out of weapons and ammunition. President Zelensky has called for all manner of things when it comes to extra support, and certainly what NATO's offered today has been welcomed here in Ukraine. But those high-end talks in Brussels, which are due to help people here in Ukraine, the 44 million people that are so traumatized by the last month of war, a quarter of the population now displaced. Certainly, they're desperate for that help, but many of them don't have the luxury of following those diplomatic developments. And some of the most desperate people in the country, well, they simply can't be heard anymore. That city in the south of the country, Mariupol, which has been bombed for weeks now, well, that has been without power, without food and medical supplies, without internet and phone signal for weeks. And we've just received some rather stark new drone images from Mariupol, which is about as close as we can get to the city, just showing a huge line of people waiting for humanitarian aid in a city that has been largely destroyed by bombing both day and night for weeks now. Now, attacks from the air remain one of the primary concerns here. The ground offensives have largely stalled and failed in some areas of the country, but the air assault, certainly Mariupol is the most stark example of that, and it's fast becoming one of the biggest humanitarian disasters of modern times. The bombings there already labelled war crimes, but President Zelensky also raised the other great concern for Ukraine now, which is the possible use of chemical weapons here in the country, citing examples that he says are of phosphorus bombs being used here in Ukraine. Now, we haven't managed to verify that news, but there have been two examples of that, one just outside Kyiv and one in the eastern region of Lugansk. Certainly that remains the very concerning potential threat now from Russia, the use of chemical weapons, which of course is indeed a red line. It's against the Geneva Convention. It would be seen as a war crime, and certainly there would be pressure on NATO to respond, but certainly a sense of confidence in Ukraine that they will get through this, just at what cost?